Hello, welcome. Amanda here with Crafting with Amanda. This is day 18 of the 13th series of 30 Days of Sketches, Christy's Beautiful Life. Our sketch today, as you can see, is by Deb Talbrod. And I have these photos from when we were at Disney. All of my photos this month are from Disney, but these are of the castle. And I do have, again, some double exposure. I don't know if you can see it on this, but there's people kind of upside down. So since I have the 3 photos of the castle and 2 of them were very much the same angle, I went ahead and threw away a photo. I know, shocking. My mom would not be happy with me. But for me, the 3 photos that I have will more than amply tell the story. So what I'm doing is I find, for me, sometimes getting the paper right really makes or break a layout. I used to do the workshop kits and then try to find photos that work with the colors of the workshop. And now I find I like to scrap from the photos first. So I'm using the photos and the colors that are in them to determine what direction we're going in. Now for the whole month of October, for these 30 days of sketches, I am creating pages for one single album. And to kind of have a thread going through that album so it's all, I don't want to say unified, but it has some consistency, is the color Candy Apple will be on every page. And then I have some Cricut cuts that I did last spring. So either those Cricut cuts that are in some of the primary colors, or my friend Missy lent me her 2 punches that punch out some Mickey heads. And so Candy Apple Red and then some sort of a punch or the Cricut cuts will be on every page. So here the sky has this wonderful pink hue to it, and then the blue isn't really blue, it's almost like a periwinkle. It has the hint of purple in it. So that's why I auditioned tons of papers for this. And then I realized that I liked the pink around the bigger frame, the bigger photo, because it gave more weight to that. And then I thought, well, what if I do a photo or a frame within a frame? So I'm taking Deb's sketch and I'm kind of shrinking it down to be in the center of this 12 by 12 layout. And then it's the castle and there's sparkles. And then I have the sticker from, I think, the Happiest Place paper pack, the sticker sheet from that. And I'm definitely going to use that on here, because what other layout would the castle be appropriate on, or more appropriate on, than this one? So I'm finally finding my direction. I'm going to try white behind all of the photos to see if that's the matting I want. And I think I do, because I think with the white with the silver stripes on it, that's going to end up incorporated in this page. I don't know if I'm going to do a frame around the center section with it yet. So I'm just on my Versamat trying to figure out what size I need to cut my pattern paper. And then I did take that silver glitter paper and cut 1.5 inch strips so I could tuck them behind. And then I know that I need to incorporate that candy apple color, and I'm trying to figure out how, and I don't want to just slap it on there. So this stripe paper has both the glacier and the candy apple in it, so I'm like, perfect. And then using the sketch as an inspiration, I'm like, oh, I'll just go ahead and do kind of quarter circles. And at first I was like, how am I going to do this? And then I saw the protractor. I've been kind of cleaning and tidying, purging in my studio. Have a long way to go, but we're getting there. So I used my protractor and just cut a 5 by 5 or 5.5 square in half, because I just needed the 2 sections would be the 90-degree angle from the sides. And now these are the punches that Missy lent me that I've just been using throughout. While you're watching me kind of dry fit where I want to put some of these embellishments, I will remind you that if you haven't already, you can subscribe to my channel so you don't miss any content. I don't normally post every day, but up to like 3 times a week. And I also do card projects and then 3-dimensional objects, just to keep things interesting. That's just how my brain works. If I have paper and I can make something else out of it, I absolutely will. But I do have lots of photos that I'm scrapbooking. So this title, Living It Up, came from Stitch Together, I believe, paper pack, and it has that dark sapphire blue in it, which is perfect. It goes again with doing the stripe paper in the corners. I think it just opened up a whole world of different colors that I could bring to this layout. And originally I had put a two-tone, as you can see, black and red Mickey on there, and I'm not feeling it. It's funny, I put it on here, but because the title is blue and I don't have any other black on here, I end up, it's funny, this whole time I keep looking at that going, I'm not feeling it. I don't know what to do. I'm just not feeling it. So I don't know if you create layouts and do that, but I do. I have these little niggles in the back of my mind that make me change things out. And I've been showing more of that this month than I have in the past. And I think I hope that it's a good thing, that it shows you that if something is bothering about the project that you're creating, take a step back and see if you can make it comfortable, make it feel right. So I'm going to grab my candy apple red Mickey head. That's the same size as the blue one that I swapped out here. And I had cut these bows on Cricut. So I'm going to have my Minnie behind the castle and Mickey up in the middle behind the photos of the castle. And that'll kind of just give us some balance there. And now with the blue Mickey and the Minnie head coming along here, I'm feeling it. I had a magic wand that was also on the sticker sheet with the castle, and I realized I don't have a good place for journaling, and I didn't want the journaling to go above my title, so I'm going to go and sneak it here underneath. And I'm just stamping it in Lagoon, so it's a little bit darker than the Glacier cardstock, but I did end up framing that Glacier pattern paper with Lagoon. I felt like it needed something more to give it prominence, to draw your eye in. And I also roughed up all the edges of the paper. I don't know if you saw that or if it got kind of glanced over quickly. And now something that I've just started, I've done it in the past, but doing it regular now, is I'm getting out my gel pen and kind of putting some highlights around on things to just, I don't know, it just adds one more layer of detail that I think makes a project better. So I'm just using my piece of paper here. These are always the shipping slips that are in my boxes from Close to My Heart as a mask. Anytime I get them, I cut them into 4 pieces and just have a stack of them here on my desk, so it's perfect for that. So I'm just using this little stars cluster that was from It's One of Those Days stamp set, and that was the one that had the critters that looked all disheveled with leaves and twigs in their fur, and this was just one of the little images on that. So check your stamps. There's a lot of hidden gems of images that are on your stamps. This is the layout. So I will remind you that below the video are 2 playlists, one of my 30 days of sketches, one of everybody's 30 days of sketches, so you can check those out. If you want to connect with me or order anything from the description below,